This is a quick follow-up to my last video, which was all about the new drone laws in the UK. And it's much more positive today because I'm going to talk about all the things that we actually can do. And I've got to start with a quick correction. Last time I discussed remote ID and that it was going to be necessary from December 2021. Well, I'm delighted to tell you that I think I got that wrong. It does indeed say that each UA installed with remote ID system must be active and switched on from December 2021. But what I didn't realise is that that is only within the specific category. And the specific category is where you ask for special permission from the CAA. We don't fly in that, we fly in the open category. It says in the open category that if the UA is marked as C1, C2 or C3, it must have remote ID capability, and this must be active and on whenever it's being flown. Well, we may not get C1, C2 or C3 capability with our FPV drones. So if we don't have it, what do? The next line says, if any other UA is equipped with a remote ID capability, this must be active and up to date whenever the UA is being flown in the open category. And there's one word, just a 2-letter word that I think is crucial there, and it's the word if. It says if any other UA is equipped. Well, of course, ours aren't going to be equipped, so we can't switch it on. So as far as I can interpret that, it means that we don't have to worry too much about that remote ID thing. It's worth knowing about, but from my understanding, I think we don't have to have it, at least not just yet. So that's great news, but what else? Where can we actually fly our drones now? I had a quick discussion about this in the last video, but let's just go over if it's less than 250 grams. This A1 category is actually really good. It gives you some amazing new freedoms. And if you're less than 250 grams, it means that you can fly in commercial, industrial, recreational, and what the heck is the other area? The CAA even calls that A1 category fly over people. So it means that there's no restrictions about how close you can get to uninvolved people. Potentially you could take off from your back garden, fly over a residential area, you could fly in city centres, you can fly in parks, you can pretty much fly anywhere as long as you stay within those rules of not going over 400 feet, not flying in flight restricted zones like near airports, and having a spotter so that you can maintain visual line of sight. As long as you follow those, which have always applied and still do, then in the A1 category, you can pretty much fly anywhere. It's amazing. What if your drone weighs more than 250 grams though? What about the classic 5-inch drone? This one, it's a lot faster. And honestly, would you think about flying this in a town centre? No. And by the way, in the A1 category, if you do fly it somewhere built up like that, you must not fly it over groups of people, okay? So don't fly it over any crowds. That's even with the less than 250 grams. But with this one, you wouldn't fly it in those areas anyway, because it's really fast, you know, you could hurt someone. So generally, we tend to fly these out in the middle of nowhere. And when I looked at all the different spots that I fly, I realised probably most of them are fine. If you go and fly an abandoned building in the middle of the countryside, that's in the A3 area. If you go to, you know, over some farmland, over a field, you're in the A3 category. So I would say make a list of all your spots, and if they happen to be over 150 meters away from any commercial, industrial, recreational area, and you know, if you can stay 150 meters away from people, you're fine. You can still fly your 5-inch drone. There is one more way to get even more freedom, and that's by doing an A2 CFC certification. And if you do that qualification, what it means is that you could fly something like a Cinewhoop, something heavier than 250 grams, but less than 500 grams. You could fly that in the A1 category, so you get all those amazing freedoms with anything up to 500 grams, if you've got the A2 CFC. And if you have that qualification, you can also fly a full 5-inch drone, anything up to 2 kilograms, in the A2 category, which means you can fly it in parks, and you can fly it in car parks and industrial areas, recreational areas, residential areas, as long as you stay 50 meters away from people. And I think that's fair enough. In fact, you know, that's probably more freedom than you would do just by sort of common sense anyway. So I'd say definitely do that A2 CFC. At the moment it's just £99. I haven't got any affiliation with the company I did it with, but I thought they were really good. They were called Pigs Can Fly. So I got my certificate from them. I passed, got like 95%. So brilliant. I've printed that off. I'm going to take it with me. It's well worth knowing your laws and kind of knowing these things, because if you do get approached by somebody and they've got the wrong idea about drones, at least you're going to have the knowledge to be able to explain how you're doing things legally and safely. Some interesting things that I learned after doing the A2 CFC is to do with land and who owns the air, because actually nobody has authority over the airspace except the CAA. So if someone puts a no drone sign up, often that's not actually up to them. One other thing is you're totally allowed to fly in your house. It's really interesting, but anywhere indoors is completely unrestricted by any laws, because of course it can't interfere with any aircraft. So there's a quite interesting thing there where you could actually build a netted enclosure outdoors and perhaps have race events and that type of thing, and not be held liable to any of these restrictions because you're under that netted enclosure. So equip yourself with that knowledge, perhaps get the qualification, and take a look at some good options that are less than 250 grams as well, because it gives you some amazing freedoms. Tommy Ummagawd has got a brilliant video series on his channel at the moment where he's trying to make the perfect sub 250 drone, and my friend Phil, he put a brilliant video out about a specific build of his that was less than 250 grams, and it looked great. So I'll put a link to both of those in the description. I hope you found this video much more positive. I want to help and inspire people to get into this hobby, and I want to help them learn and to stay enthusiastic. It's pretty tough times, especially in the UK at the moment, but you know, you can still fly indoors, and if you get paid, if it's commercial, then it's work, isn't it? So you can fly outside, I suppose. But either way, stay in it, stick with it, educate yourself on these rules and these laws. And you know, if we don't like them, let's do something about it. It's not time to quit. This is an incredible thing that we do. We have the superpower of flight. It's amazing. And I don't want to stop that anytime soon. So there you go. Look out for more flight videos and other things coming up. See you next time.